At 03:47 a.m., radar systems light up. 500 inbound targets detected. The attack begins now. Enemy doctrine is simple. Overwhelm the defense with numbers. Ballistic missiles launched from mobile platforms 300 miles inland. Cruise missiles hugging terrain at 20 feet altitude. Hypersonic glide vehicles descending at Mach 12. Anti-ship missiles targeting coastal defenses. All converging on a single metropolitan defense zone. Impact window, 12 minutes. This is combat power where mathematics decides survival. Defense commanders face impossible calculus. 6 THAAD batteries with 48 interceptors total. 12 Patriot systems with 96 missiles ready. Naval destroyers offshore carrying 200 SM-3 and SM-6 rounds. Ground-based lasers with limited engagement capacity. Total defensive inventory, 412 interception attempts possible. Enemy launched 500 threats. The math doesn't add up. Somebody dies tonight. At 03:49 a.m., prioritization protocols activate. Computer systems rank targets by threat level. Nuclear power plants rated critical. Government command centers essential. Military airbases vital. Residential zones secondary. Industrial districts tertiary. The machine sorts human lives by strategic value. Commanders have 90 seconds to override or confirm. Which force breaks first? A. Air defense. B. Naval group. C. Command network. The clock runs. At 03:50 a.m., first launch authorization given. THAAD interceptors scream upward from desert positions. Exhaust trails streak the pre-dawn darkness. Each interceptor costs $12 million. Each carries one shot. Miss rates factor into every calculation. Patriot batteries acquire cruise missile swarms approaching from multiple vectors, simultaneously tracking 73 low-altitude threats below radar horizon, using networked sensors from ground stations, airborne early warning aircraft, and forward observer teams painting targets with laser designation systems. 3 missiles allocated per high-priority cruise missile, 2 per medium threat, 1 per tertiary target. The ammunition burns fast. At 03:52 a.m., naval destroyers engage. Vertical launch cells open. SM-3 interceptors rise on pillars of flame. Each destroyer carries 96 cells. Some cells hold strike weapons, not defense. Some hold anti-submarine rockets. Actual anti-missile capacity, 64 rounds per ship. 3 destroyers in theater. 192 total shots. Enemy ballistic missiles number 147. The naval group can theoretically engage every ballistic threat once. Probability of kill per shot, 73%. Mathematical outcome, 40 dead warheads still incoming. Those 40 carry enough explosive power to level 8 city blocks each. What happens next changes everything. At 03:54 a.m., ground-based laser systems activate. Directed energy weapons track hypersonic glide vehicles. Speed of light versus Mach 12. Physics favors the defense here, but power requirements limit engagement duration. Each laser burns 18 seconds maximum before cooling cycle required. Cooling takes 90 seconds. Hypersonic targets cross engagement zone in 42 seconds. Each laser gets 1 clean shot per target. 7 laser installations operational. 7 hypersonic threats eliminated. Enemy launched 19 hypersonic weapons. 12 remain inbound. Time to impact, 4 minutes 18 seconds. At 03:56 a.m., interceptor inventory depletes. THAAD batteries Winchester, all missiles expended. Patriot systems at 32% capacity. Naval magazines half empty. The defense bent, but hasn't broken yet. Enemy cruise missiles penetrate outer defense ring. 170 launched, 84 destroyed, 86 still tracking toward targets. Close-in weapon systems activate. Phalanx guns on naval vessels spin up. 20mm tungsten rounds fire at 4,500 rounds per minute. Effective range, 2 miles. Kill probability, 91% within 1 mile. But cruise missiles come in waves. Guns overheat, barrels wear, ammunition feeds jam. The inner defense ring holds for 90 seconds, then starts leaking targets. At 03:58 a.m., first impacts recorded. 3 cruise missiles strike auxiliary airfield. Runway cratered. Fuel depot ignites. Secondary explosions ripple across tarmac. 2 ballistic warheads detonate near industrial port. Container yards vaporized. Dock facilities obliterated. 1 hypersonic glide vehicle impacts command bunker entrance. Blast wave collapses ventilation shafts. Communication arrays destroyed. Backup command center assumes control. Combat power tracks every detonation. At 04:00 a.m., defense commanders reassess. Primary mission: protect nuclear reactors at all costs. 2 reactors in metropolitan zone. Current threat assessment: 17 cruise missiles tracking toward reactor sites. 11 ballistic warheads on trajectories within blast range. 4 hypersonic weapons potentially targeting reactor cooling systems. Remaining defensive assets: 38 Patriot missiles, 71 naval interceptors, 3 operational laser systems, all reserves committed to reactor defense. Everything else burns. Necessary defense or catastrophic overreach. This is the calculation. At 04:02 a.m., layered defense concentrates. Patriot batteries create wall of interceptors around reactors. Naval destroyers reposition to optimize engagement angles. Laser systems prioritize hypersonic threats exclusively. The defense contracts: perimeter abandoned, secondary targets undefended. Military doctrine calls this acceptable loss. 17 cruise missiles targeting Reactor 1 engaged by 24 Patriot interceptors at ranges between 8 and 14 miles, creating overlapping kill zones where multiple interceptors converge on single targets, ensuring maximum probability of threat elimination despite electronic countermeasures, decoys, and terminal maneuvering by incoming weapons. 21 missiles destroyed, 3 penetrate. At 04:04 a.m., close engagement. 3 cruise missiles cross inner defense line. Speed: 540 knots. Altitude: 90 feet. Time to impact: 48 seconds. Phalanx systems lock on. Lead missile shredded at 1,200 yards. Second missile engaged at 600 yards. Warhead detonates prematurely. Blast wave damages reactor cooling tower. Not catastrophic. Third missile evades. Impact inevitable. Mobile air defense unit fires shoulder-launched missile. Heat seeker tracks cruise missile exhaust. Detonation at 200 yards. Debris shower impacts reactor security perimeter. No radiation leak. Containment holds. At 04:06 a.m., ballistic phase peaks. 11 warheads re-enter atmosphere above target zone. SM-3 interceptors engage at 120,000 feet. High-altitude kills prevent atmospheric detonation. 7 warheads destroyed exo-atmospheric. 4 survive to terminal phase. SM-6 interceptors engage at 40,000 feet. 2 more kills. 2 warheads remain. Impact: 19 seconds. Final defense: land-based terminal interceptors. 2 missiles launch. Both track. Both intercept. Both warheads destroyed at 12,000 feet. Debris falls into evacuated zone. No casualties. At 04:08 a.m., hypersonic threats arrive. 4 glide vehicles descending at Mach 11. Plasma sheaths disrupt radar tracking. Infrared sensors maintain lock. 3 laser systems engage. First target: 18-second burn. Vehicle skin ablates. Flight control surfaces fail. Weapon tumbles into ocean. Second target: laser tracks, but power insufficient. Glide vehicle maintains trajectory. Naval missile intercepts at Mach 7 closure rate. Combined speed: Mach 18. Successful kill. Third target: laser scores hit. Vehicle damaged but functional. Crashes 2 miles from Reactor 2. Blast wave cracks cooling pipes. Emergency shutdown initiated. No meltdown. Fourth target: all systems exhausted. Weapon impacts auxiliary transformer station. Reactor 1 loses external power. Diesel generators activate. Cooling maintained. Crisis contained. How many interceptors can one destroyer launch simultaneously? A. 24. B. 96. C. Over 200. At 04:11 a.m., attack concludes. Final assessment begins. 500 weapons launched. 342 destroyed. 158 impacts recorded. Nuclear reactors intact. Core defense objectives achieved. Command structure functional. 23 secondary targets destroyed. Industrial capacity reduced 38%. Military airfield inoperable. Port facilities offline. Power grid destabilized. Casualties estimated 4,700. Mostly industrial workers and security personnel. Residential zones largely spared due to prioritization algorithms. The mathematics saved lives. The mathematics also chose who died. At 04:15 a.m., counterattack authorization pending. Enemy revealed mobile launcher positions during attack. Satellites tracked launch signatures. Strike aircraft armed with precision weapons ready. Submarine-launched cruise missiles programmed. The response prepares. Combat power calculates retaliation. At 04:18 a.m., strategic assessment complete. Enemy achieved tactical success. Infrastructure damaged. Defensive ammunition depleted. Economic disruption significant. Enemy suffered strategic failure. Nuclear reactors survived. Command intact. Retaliation imminent. Defensive doctrine validated. The battle outcome. Defensive victory at severe cost. Lesson learned. Saturation attacks succeed through mathematics, not firepower, when attacker accepts losses exceeding 50%, yet still overwhelms finite defensive resources, creating impossible prioritization decisions where commanders choose between bad and worse outcomes. This is modern warfare. If combat power decides wars, type combat power. At 04:20 a.m., silence settles. Radar screens clear. Burning targets illuminate the darkness. Interceptor debris falls like metal rain. Survivors emerge from shelters. The defense held. Barely. Next time, enemy launches 600. Then 700. Eventually, the mathematics fail. Eventually, saturation succeeds. Eventually, everything burns. Combat power asks, when does defense become impossible? When does quantity defeat quality? When do the numbers simply overwhelm? Wargame simulations suggest 1,100 simultaneous threats break any single-zone defense. 1,500 threats guarantee catastrophic penetration, regardless of technology, training, or tactics. The enemy knows these numbers. The enemy builds toward these numbers. The next attack scales up. What would you order next? Expand defensive systems, preemptive strike on enemy launchers, negotiate stand down, deploy nuclear deterrent. Every choice carries consequences. Every delay means vulnerability. Every defensive weapon expended must be replaced. Production capacity matters. Industrial mobilization matters. Raw force decides survival. Subscribe to Combat Power, where mathematics meets fire and steel. This is how wars are fought when numbers decide outcomes. This is combat at the edge of capability. This is survival through calculation. Quiz answer. C. Modern destroyers carry over 200 interceptors across multiple cells, though not all cells contain anti-missile weapons at any given time, with actual defensive capacity varying by mission loadout and threat assessment. Did defensive prioritization make correct choices? Could different tactics save more lives? When does defense become offense? No mercy. No pause. Combat power.